see you on this line. Isn't your job all the way on the other side of town? Shouldn't you be headed northbound? I don't mean to assume you're on your way to work. It's just, I don't know. It seems like that's all anyone has time for nowadays. I also don't mean to be all up in your grill. I just was excited to see someone I know on the way home from work. I'm just so used to seeing a bunch of strangers between closing up shop and walking into the neighborhood. I don't know how to explain it. On this card, nobody knows my name. Nobody knows where I work. Nobody knows where I live. But as soon as I step foot into our neighborhood, everybody knows me. I feel like I belong. So it was hella weird to suddenly feel that way on the subway. In this car. Until I noticed you were here. Then it all made sense. Besides, today's a special day for us. We finally buried the hatchet in our hearth and home. We're back to peace. I mean, people literally stopped hanging out. Back then, you wouldn't see anyone talking on their porch, drinking together. You wouldn't get any text blasts about cookouts or nothing. But thankfully, we got back to talking to each other. Only to realize that something bad was going on. It doesn't even matter if the only reason we're talking is because there's something sketchy we've got to sniff out together. It just matters that we're talking, because, man, that damn community garden started as a great idea, but now it's just something to argue about. No matter. There was something suspicious going on, so we kept quiet with our differences to see what mischief was afoot just under our noses. I mean, it took forever for everyone to finally get into their places and do their parts anyway, so it kind of irked everyone that something was going to come in and ruin all the order we took so long to put into place. We started hearing bad rumors about unseen stuff going on in the community garden, and this quieted up all of our senseless arguments real quick. I mean, the whole garden was about the poor folks who just moved in anyway. It wasn't about arguing about the little tiny details. Who worked when, who did what, who cares? Those poor kids down the street don't get fed. The folks in that house don't have time to watch over the garden and argue with us. We were just supposed to make it easier for those kids to eat, and it took a whole tragedy to get us to work in tandem again. Anyway, we kept a close watch on their food for them. For a while. It's a shame those folks can't feed their kids. But it would be an even bigger shame if we didn't come together to feed them, since we've obviously got enough food, all of us, to spread around the world a few times. That garden ain't that much work anyway. Well, besides all of the politicking around it, obviously. It's just a little bit more work at the end of the day. Obviously, nobody can watch over it like a security guard or nothing. But matter of fact, that's what I was mainly looking forward to doing before I bumped into you. Going home, back to the community, doing my part, taking tabs on anything weird going on after a hard day. Even though it's work, it's definitely a nice, cold, creamy banana sundae at the end of the workday. But then I realized, since something bad's been going on, things might not go as smoothly as usual. Just like we didn't make a big fuss when the men finally decided to pick up some slack in the garden, we've kept our mouths shut about the little scuttlebutt about the garden too. But thank God we decided to take some responsibility for the garden too. The women have enough work to do now, getting themselves all worked up because, well, apparently some people have been pitching in at the community garden. Not for the children, not for the community, but to pocket and sell the food behind our backs.